Sorry about that. Welcome here to a quiet, low-key, quick SmackDown live review from tonight, August 14th, 2018. Again, my sister Ellen here with my nephew, Caden. Gotta be a little bit quieter, with the baby sleeping and everything. That's why also we're in the basement. But either way, let's talk about SmackDown Live as quickly as I can. If you can understand me, hopefully. I'll try to enunciate my words, then mumbling, stumbling, bumbling. Hopefully not. SmackDown Live kicking off with Carmella, Becky, Lynch, and Charlotte Flair having a conversation before the title match at SummerSlam. Paige interrupting and announcing Becky and Charlotte versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. That was kind of cool. What was interesting with the whole segment between the three beautiful women was Charlotte saying that Carmella is nothing more than a diva in the women's era. Interesting, kind of things that WWE fans have said. So, you said WWE fans doing that, or not WWE fans, WWE using stuff that fans say, so that they like the segment because they said what we say. And they're like, oh, she spoke the truth. When in the end, it's still a promo, created by WWE staff, and still is WWE using that kind of in a mind crazy way of getting to enjoy that segment because they said something that you say, whether you individually, if you're watching, or most of the videos that talk about Carmella, talk about her title reign, talk about how she doesn't deserve it, and she didn't earn it, and she's a diva in the women's era, or women's division, whatever that Charlotte specifically said, right? But you still gotta remember, it's a promo being cut by a superstar, written by WWE writers, on WWE television. So anything used there, they're going to be used to in their own way, saying that that's not true of why Carmella's champion, or at least show that, or try to show. Yeah, I know that doesn't make sense, but it does to me. Where you bring something up like that, that's talked about on the internet or by fans or by even my friend or a brother to me, and co-host of the show, Kyron, says about Carmella's title reign and how it's terrible and everything. I respect his opinion on that. I'm not going to change his mind. He's not going to change mine, but I respectfully disagree and think it's been a good title reign and hopefully lasts a little bit longer. But then, still, what was said during that opening segment did mean something wholehearted in its own way. Becky and Charlotte win, with Becky pretty much doing everything. Charlotte just standing there looking sexy as always. And then the confrontation, or at least a somewhat stared out between Becky and Charlotte and the champion Carmella, who was on commentary there for the match. Also, as a side note, the Mizs and Mizs, another reason why this was delayed for the review. Had another great episode, their daughter being born, and they did announce, not during the episode of course, but beforehand or on SmackDown Live, that they're having a second season. It's already been greenlit by the network, by USA, for season 2 of Mizs and Mrs. The Bludgeon Brothers squashing 3 local talents, not too much to say there. They get the win, good for them. The New Day beats Sanity, so both the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers get a win heading into SummerSlam. So who has the momentum? Is it the New Day because they beat an actual team that's on the roster signed by WWE, in a sense? Then 3 jabronis, sure they work hard, but quote unquote, fans call them jabronis and jobbers and local talent. I don't know, maybe you'll see them in the future. WWE just like all local talents used. Put over a superstar or tag team. So which one has the more of the biggest momentum? Is the New Day beating Sanity, or the Bludgeon Brothers winning yet another squash match? Which way will that one go? I like how that actually was built and booked and played out for the SmackDown Live, specifically in that feud, because it makes it interesting and intriguing and unknown. Which way will they go? Which way will they go? I still think it probably will go one way than the other way. Well, you'll hear my prediction on Thursday, just 2 days away. I know, feels like so much longer away, but don't worry, we can make it. With our busy lives, we'll get there. But But we were on Paige talking to someone with Joe, or looking on there. Every time I see Paige, I think of her texting because I've seen it so many times. Anyways, Paige telling Samoa Joe to be professional tonight when AJ Styles comes out to the ring. Joe ignores Paige and says he'll do what he wants when he wants. And part of it that should have been he should have said like, I'll do what I want when I want, and then said, I would say that to a male GM too, right? He's not just saying that because it's a female GM to anyone, whether it was Daniel Bryan in the past or somebody else. That's just Samoa Joe character. We'll be right along on Donati Cien almost defeating Aiden English in a one-on-one match. Then afterwards, you had the confrontation with Rusev and Lana, and Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega looking great. Yeah. If only superstars, or formerly now called divas, did Playboy. She and I'd probably say her and Mandy Rose, and then Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, but we've already seen Charlotte being that. But anyways, moving right along. Jeff Hardy defeats Shelton Bender. After the match, Shinsuke Nakamura trying to attack Jeff, but Jeff actually to fight him off. And then Randy Orton being all creepy but awesome. And feel like Undertaker in that way. Of the mind games or the whatever's. Watching Jeff Hardy from the shadows. And then the main event. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe face off for the WWE title match at SummerSlam, with Joe reading a note from AJ Styles' wife wanting Joe to win at SummerSlam. To win his reign, and then said you come home to her. So, yeah. No, all in all, another great SmackDown Live. I think this whole month, this whole build, from Extreme Rules to SummerSlam for SmackDown Live's been better than Raw. And not just because of 2 hours or 3 hours, but in all about how each episode's been booked. SmackDown Live has done it better. Now this week, Raw did actually bring it, and they did bring it very well. You have Dean Ambrose returning, who is one of my favorites, or is my favorite current superstars. You have Brock Lesnar actually show up in this go home show. You would think that would be a foregone conclusion for your Universal Champion. But again, we're talking about Brock Lesnar. So you never knew. You assumed and hoped so, but you just never knew. But he did show up. He did do something. So that was in the positive. Just put it this way. Or at least try to think of it this way, whether you still disagree with me. But think of it this way. If this past Monday Night Raw, last night, Monday Night Raw, was 2 hours, and all the main things starting to end happened without the extra filler, let's just say, and we know what those matches and segments were. I would assume you would say that Monday Night Raw was pretty dang good, and maybe, in your opinion, or maybe not, would be the best Raw of the year, 2018. Again, if it was 2 hours without the filler and still with the same segments, at least the three that I'm specifically thinking of, that happened on Monday Night Raw, I would say that would definitely be the case. But that's still not the case. It's still 3 hours. It's still having the extra stuff in it. So that's in its own way interesting, but not, a bad thing. Just interesting, I would say. And certainly will be interesting to see how SummerSlam plays out. I will be doing my prediction show on Thursday. I apologize, I had the TV on during this episode, so hopefully still be able to hear me. I might as well keep it on since, but beyond that, hope you all enjoyed this review. For whoever that did watch live, will be watching otherwise. I apologize if it was quick, and I also apologize for my whole sounding voice, but I have a baby now in the house, my nephew, so gotta be quiet. Don't want to wake the baby. But beyond that, I will be back here Thursday evening for Steve's Wrestling Ramble, talking everything SummerSlam with my team, and with some awesome and great guests that I do hope to have. We'll talk Raw, SmackDown a little bit, diving in on SummerSlam matches. I do still think, and have this feeling, I said on Twitter, where you can follow me at the Ramble_WV, that I still think that there will be a Sasha Banks-Bayley match against the Riot Squad. It wasn't announced on Raw. They pretty much went through the whole card on Raw and then again on SmackDown Live. but I see something happening in the pre-show, some interaction, notification, whatever, however, and getting a match announced. So if that does happen that way, if it doesn't happen on social media between now and Sunday morning, if it happens on Sunday night during the pre-show of the events and all that stuff that's happening, then obviously that should delay and mean that match will be on the main card. So for Sasha Banks fans out there and Bayley fans out there that are right now going crazy, I'm sure on Twitter and otherwise, venting their frustration, which they have every right to do, as I always say. But if that all happens, if that plays out the way that I'm saying, then I would say there would be nothing for Bayley and Sasha Banks fans to complain about. They have a match at SummerSlam. They have a match on the main card. It's not being put on the pre-show, and it wasn't totally just thrown together. It actually had a story. Whether you liked it or not, that's your own appraise of how you feel about it. You know, right? Everybody has an opinion. But to me, and if that happens exactly the way I'm saying, and something happens in the pre-show and then the match is made for the main card, and I mean specifically Sasha Banks and Bayley facing up against a Riot Squad. No 6-woman, no Ember Moon as the match. Just don't 2 and 2. And Ruby Riot watching, being at ringside with her team there. If that happens, I would think and hope that some of the Bayley fans and some of the Sasha Banks fans out there that have been hooting and hollering about mistreatment of them not even being on the card might change their tune a little bit. They got a match, it's on the main card, and it's building up to what probably will be a great endgame for those fans because it'll lead to a one-on-one match between Bayley and Sasha Banks at either at Evolution or subsequent pay-per-view after that. Either way, it's the long game. It's a marathon and a sprint, tortoise in the hare, all these stories and all these phrases. They're said and done and told for a reason. So, I do still think that match will be happening. And I do look forward to most of the other matches, both on the Raw side and SmackDown Live side, heading into SummerSlam. Again, I thank everybody watching this SmackDown Live review. I will be here Thursday night for the prediction episode, predicting SummerSlam with my team and some great guests. So hope you all are able to watch me then. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, know when I do go live that night. I hope to be exactly on time at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, but if I go early, if I go late, if you ring the bell, you'll know exactly when I do go live. So hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you all on Thursday evening. And above all else, as always, take care.